Oh, there's Shroud down here. Oh. Well, that's not good. We laid another one to rest today. Poor folk. Traveled all this way looking for respite, only to find ruins and scraps. This church won't hold. Ellen said as much. The wind's howling and forges new path into our halls every night. Our roof has been torn apart by the storms, and we're too busy tending the caravan's people to patch it up. Yet we must stay. We are needed here, and will hardly find shelter elsewhere. Burying these vagabonds next to relics and artifacts feels wrong to me, but perhaps Helen is right. Maybe the old times must make way for new customs and rites. Didn't we pick up? We did. Go ahead and drink that Shroud survival flask. Drink some water. Yo, what? Oh, is this where they buried the guys? Whoops. So we gotta find a way in there. Ooh. Frozen core wand. Epic. This wand hides a rare frozen core inside, enabling its owner to unleash massive ice damage against foes. The wand holds a chance to amplify its damage output. Attacks deal bonus damage up to the overcharge percentage. What is the overcharge percentage? I saw that earlier too. Overcharge usually means like you're holding down the mouse or something, but... I'm not sure what that means in this case. If you hold the mouse down, it doesn't charge or anything. Is it 11% of the time? Maybe that's what it means. Yeah, maybe overcharge is crit rate. So many spawners! Oh, when we open the crypt, all of this opens. Bro, what is that? Is this where the shroud came in, maybe? Don't think there's anything back here. Still worth a check, though. So I think the main loot in here was the stuff in that chest. So we're good. Cool. Big shiny balls, the biggest shiny balls. Yes, agreed. All right, cool. Well, we cleared most of this out. All right, let's keep heading to the west to the custom marker. That's where we're going to put down our other flame altar for now. There's probably 1,000 better places for this flame altar, but, you know, it's okay. Whatever. Whatever. We do what we want. This sword is doing work! Ew. Yo, what's in here? Oh, we gotta see what's in here. This is a sealed up building. Normal rock? What is that horn that keeps blowing? Yo, here we go. What's down here? Give me something good. there's one. Yeah, we got a chest. That's alright, I guess. Don't think there's anything through the wall. Guy Might, thank you, buddy. How rewarding is the exploration in this game? So far, it's been great. It's been very good. There's a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily marked on the map originally that you can kind of like find yourself and then go from there. A good example, for instance, we were running down here and we were running along the south wall. We first just happened to find this scavenger camp, which had a little story about a guy sealed in there, had some good loot. We came down here. When I got to here, I was just running along the wall and I was like, oh, that's weird. There's some shroud stuff there. So sure enough, I fought up the hill here, got back to here. There's a giant shroud root, killed that, got a skill point. That wasn't marked on the map at all. Then came out here. So we found Peaceful Acres, which wasn't marked on the map. So there's a lot of like, you can find lore, you can find skill, you can find loot, and the world is handcrafted, so there's lots of unique things around. Yep. So overall, man, I mean, it's solid, dude. The exploration is solid. It makes me want to explore the entire world. There's no question. And the world is big. The world is big, and it does make me want to explore it. I mean, this was a pretty far trip. This took me 2 deaths in about 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes, if not longer. And I mean, that's... If this world is as packed with interesting things as this area, like, this game is going to take people 50 hours. Maybe longer. Let alone building and other things. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I'm not kidding when I've been saying multiple times, I feel like this is like the next step of Valheim style games. Or like 100+ hours? Yeah, if you explore everything, absolutely. I think that's absolutely something that can happen. I'm very curious how they're going to keep the progression rewarding with this much content and land. Granted, the skill tree is huge, and we're not gaining skill points very fast, so that's kind of cool. I'm actually very okay with that. Believe it or not. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, there it is. Executioner's Axe. Nice. Too bad it's gray, but hey, we'll take the points. The nice thing about loot is that whenever you get loot, it is oh, Shroud Liquid. Whenever you get loot that's not useful, you can break it down into runes, and then you can use the runes to upgrade gear that is useful to you later. Because the rarer the item, the more it can be upgraded, which is super cool. Another very fun system in the game. My only complaints are too many dots on the map, especially the flame shrines and stuff. It's cluttered, and my ADHD can't deal with it. Yeah, I mean, they do let you know where things are. Another thing that's a little bit weird is they don't tell you if you've gotten a flame shrine. I've gotten this flame shrine. I got it. I didn't get this one. So I have to admit, I'm not super jazzed that there's no indicator if you've like done an area, you know? So for people like me that like to do big, thorough playthroughs, it's gonna be very hard to adequately like mark that. I might be able to use custom markers, but the problem is there may be a limited amount of custom markers. And if that's the case, then F me, right? So I'm hoping they will eventually give the ability to legend the map. So decide what icons show up and what don't, with like a checkbox kind of legend thing. And also maybe have some kind of border or some kind of icon that indicates if you've completed an area at least once. I think both of those would be very handy. Time for good old pen and paper. Well, you know, it's interesting because I feel like this game is the opposite of pen and paper. And I feel like they should lean into that. If you want to do pen and paper, that's Valheim. If you want that, like, that rigid, you know, you need to figure this game out, it's not going to tell you how it's played, like, that's Valheim. So this game, I feel, is the opposite of that. I feel like this game is taking all the fun stuff that makes Valheim special, but then, whoa. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That was Dimitri. I feel like this game is taking all the fun stuff that makes Valheim special, but adding enough QOL and guidance to make it much more like a game, you know? Like a guided, structured play experience instead of Valheim, which is the definition of sandbox. Don't get me wrong, this is sandboxy, but it's a much more, again, guided experience, which I'm okay with. I think it works. When the game is this big, I think that's fine. What are we doing in here, dude? What is going on? I'm going to die. I need that chest. Bro, what even is this chest? I've never even seen a chest like this. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna look at that in a minute. Got a bunch of salt down here, too. Alright, we need to get out of here. Did you see the layoffs at Blizzard? Yeah. Wait, when you said including Mike leaving, which Mike? But no, for the record, we were talking about this earlier. I know there's a huge amount of layoffs at Blizzard and Activision Blizzard. Oh, Mike Ibarra. But here's the thing to remember about the Activision Blizzard layoffs. That is a major, gigantic company that just got bought by another major, gigantic company, like less than, you know, just a few months ago. And having a huge amount of a company get laid off after a major acquisition is not uncommon. That's not uncommon. That's actually kind of normal. I mean, when you have a giant company that's self-sufficient by another large company that's self-sufficient, you have entire departments that you don't need between the two companies. So, you know, the point that I'm making is, like we were talking about earlier, there's a very good chance we would see this big round of layoffs at Activision Blizzard, even if the game industry was in a perfect place. It's just part of acquisitions. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the situations. I'm sure the horrible state of the gaming industry impacted the layoffs, maybe the size of them, but, you know, not too surprised there. Oh, wait, we need just a little bit of room. What do old books do? A wise man could salvage something from these remains. Well, I'm not a wise man. The dreaded reorg. That's right. Jimmy Tino says, Cohh, you could acquire me. I'm worth about tree fitty. Tree fitty? What? No kidding. I'm sold, man. Are there any magic weapons in this game? Yeah, there's tons. So, like, I'm using right now, this is a legendary weapon. And the way that it works is they start unupgraded, and then you have to spend the coins to upgrade them. So, like, here's the main blade I'm using. This is a magic wand. We just got this bow. It does some cool stuff as well, including more damage, which is nice. This bow has some stuff as well we haven't upgraded yet. There's an entire magic system, so you can use, like, staves, and such to cast different spells. So, yeah, a lot. There's, and honestly, when you come to the skills, there's like 4 magic classes. They've got Trickster, which kind of focuses on moving the battlefield around. You've got Wizard, which is just a straight up magic class. You've got a Healer, which has all sorts of interesting healing abilities. And they've got a Battle Mage, which is kind of like some kind of weird side class thing. But yeah, it's cool. So there's a lot of different classes. Is there a pocket sand ability? There's like a push ability. It's kind of like pocket sand. Yeah. Let's get Mason. The numbers, Mason. Let's go ahead and do. Let's see if this works. Nice. I'll take it. Why did my health just plummet? Is there anything I can drop here? Nothing that I really want to. So I could drop some. I'll drop some twigs. There we go. What I'm getting now primarily is this flintstone, which is an uncommon. Wouldn't call it a rare, but it's uncommon. And we need flintstone for multiple things back in our base, so we need to be. So we're going to grab, I think we can get a stack of 50 of this, and we're just going to do that real quick while we're here. I can't believe you get XP for mining. I love it, dude. You get XP for everything in this game. It's great. I'm all about it, man. All about it. As soon as we start getting the "you do not have enough room" message, we'll go and build our flame altar and then more poem and maybe go look at this, find this farmer guy. Hey, Past Story, what's up, buddy? Have you increased your inventory? Yes, I do have a small backpack on currently, which increased our inventory by a line. And it's a small backpack, which means hopefully there's larger ones, which would be great. We will see. Gotta be getting close here. Okay. Cool, Past Story. I wish the backpacks showed up on the character. I'm fine with them not. It'd be nice to have a toggle though, so people could choose. Well, there goes my mining pick. Okay, that's another good way to stop, I guess. Okay. We are a lot further than I thought from the place I wanted to be. Also getting kind of late, and my sword is broken. Well, all sorts of not great things. Human bones that move on their own. Wolf meat's really good because it gives us like an extra health bar when we eat it. So I want to be getting as much of that as we can. What's all this light over here? Or you know what? We're just going to do this because, well, no, I want to be up top at least. Let's give it a good place. We don't really have a fast travel point over here, so I'm going to kind of get over, maybe over here, off the base down there. Ibaka says, what do you mean about the horrible state of the gaming industry? The gaming industry as a whole is going through a bit of an internal recession. And basically over the last few years, it's been, especially in the last year though, the gaming industry as a whole has had a lot of layoffs, a lot of studio closures. It's a lot of not great stuff happening. So unfortunately, the last year, 2023, was great for game releases, but pretty terrible for game development. And we're going to be seeing the effects of that over the next few years. There was also a pretty significant decline in investment in gaming as well. So, yeah, not great. Not great, unfortunately. Gotcha. All right, let's go through here. We're getting close now. It comes in waves. It does. It does. And the thing that's also like the thing that I'm slightly hopeful for is that even though we're going to see a decline in kind of large or structured game development, as we already have been, I'm hoping the next few years will really show kind of the rise of smaller team and indie games. One of the reasons I've been investing heavily in those recently. But I'm thinking that small, agile teams have a The kind of like when you have a burn through a forest, and that gives more room for smaller plants to grow. That's kind of what's going on with the gaming industry in some ways. So we'll, you know, it's going to be a very interesting next few years for sure. The gaming industry is a pretty young industry overall. Not wrong. Yeah, not wrong. But I definitely think we're going to be seeing a lot of indies. A lot of indie games coming out here over the next couple years. Next 2 to 4, I'd say, even. Mm-hmm. 2 Worlds? What about 2 Worlds? I want to play 2 Worlds. Actually, our next big RPG like that's probably going to be Outward. Shoot. I need to break that down. But I don't want to delete anything. I don't want to delete anything. Dang it. Scrap arrows? Yeah. Maybe. I could, I guess. I'm really not using my arrows too much. I keep hitting Q to delete my items, and I don't know why. I think I may need to change it to Q. I think it's from another game, but I don't know which game. This does 7 damage. It's a level 3. Why does this one do so much more? Oh, the draw speed is less. Oh, it's a hunter's bow. Okay, I'm gonna break this down. No, actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm gonna keep the higher damage bow, the snipey bow. We'll do the snipey bow. Okay. And it is dork right now. Dork, dork, dork. Did I say Outward? I did. Why the decline in investment on games? Well, I mean, we've been with the economy and everything, we've been seeing a decline in investment in many industries, not just games, but yeah, I couldn't tell you all the forces at play, but I'm just following the numbers. I think it's mainly just a lot of VCs are wanting more consistent things, really. Four minutes left? I mean, we're going to see, man. I hope. We need all of the fireflies so we can make firefly lanterns. All of them, chat. I also need all the mushrooms, because now we can make health pots out of the mushrooms. Which I am very interested in. One sec. I gotta get this up. There we go. Great. I gotta fix up those dots. Do you want to know about some blocks you missed that would work great in your base? Sure. Yes. Absolutely. Was this another one? Have we gotten this before? I don't think we've gotten this before. Hey, Cohh, I spent about 2 hours trying to build a base underground last night. When I got back online today to continue, the hole was completely filled in. Just want to let you know that Hobbit homes may be on hold for now. The lampshade, tell me something. Were you building in your own area, or were you building out in the world? Were you building on a plot of land that you owned? Because what we found is if you dig holes or deform the terrain outside of your home, then when you restart the server, a lot of times it can be change/reset. But if you build things on your home plot, then they seem to stay. I had something stay overnight. For sure. So, it's like a dragon in 1 minute. Some people are saying that it's up, but I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I think you're lying to me. going to burn the building down. Oh. 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 This item is not yet available. Let me see. We do a save. Let's go check real quick.